morning. Welcome to the morning movement medicine session here at Joint Dynamics in Hong Kong as part of the, the global lockdown, the pandemic. It's a little offering that we are giving out to the world via social media, via YouTube, for a health practice. It's called the morning movement medicine. The idea is that it's good for your health. What we know is that the World Health Organization has strongly suggested that as adults we get 150 minutes of exercise, movement, per week, spread out over the week. And your children, if you have some, should get an hour a day, according to the World Health Organization. And even that's a bit conservative for kids, isn't it? So this, if you follow Monday to Friday, we do at least 30 minutes. We do about 40 minutes, sometimes a little bit more. You've ticked your box according to your physical needs, and then if you can walk on top of this, that's great. But let's get in and start our health practice. We're going to start with the spine, get into the wrists. Today we'll do a lot of lunging. So I'm going to spin to my side to start with. We're going to drop our belly, breathe in. So this is spinal extension. And then what we started yesterday, I want you to start rolling at the hips. So tilt your pelvis back, and wave through the spine into what we call spinal flexion. And at this point, actually, just try to even draw your belly button back to your spine, just at this last bit. And then drop down and breathe in. That's just passive. We're letting gravity win there. Now, roll the pelvis, roll the spine, even push the hands through the floor at the top. Drop down, breathe in. Let's do 5 of those. Pelvis first, breathe out. Drop down, breathe in. Roll the pelvis, drop down, breathe in. One more time. I'm going to spin this way to face you guys. So that was forwards and backwards motion of the spine. I want you to take your left hand now to touch your right hand, and then your right hand around the corner. So we're going to do that same forwards and backwards motion, but with our spine curved or laterally flexed to the right. Let's go here. Drop down, breathe in, and then breathe out. So keep doing that movement. On the left side of our spine, if you're mirroring me, if you're doing the same as me, we have more gaps up that left side of the spine because of that lateral flexion. On the right side, imagine the vertebrae are closed down, they're a little bit closer. So even though the movement's the same, but because of our pre-positioning, the position we're in, we get a different reaction through the spine. And actually it's very difficult for the vertebrae of the spine to laterally flex without rotating. So we're getting forwards and backwards movement, some sideways movement, and also some rotational movement through the spine. This is a great way to encourage good health and fluid movement throughout the body. Or fluid and good health of your spine, I could be more specific. Take your right hand to touch your left hand. Now we laterally flex to the left. So our spine was that way, then it went that way, now it's going to go this way. We'll do 5 more here, drop down, let gravity win. Notice how I collapse through my shoulders. Now I'm going to start with my pelvis again, roll and lift up, breathe out. 1, drop down, breathe in. Inspired by all the cats in the world, let's say. If you watch a cat wake up in the morning, they got something going on, haven't they? First thing they do in the morning is stretch, like what we're doing right now. Just to rid the body of that sedentary, sleeping is obviously very good for our health, obviously, but it's just a way to wake the body up and rid the body of any of that sedentary stuff that happens when we don't move. Righto, let's do the wrist again. So instead of the palm, though we did yesterday, now we do the knuckles down. Place your left hand like this, over, just behind the wrist. Do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold there, just like we wash our teeth and we brush away the plaque from our teeth. When we move, like what we did just then, when we're starting to do now, like a cat does, knuckles down, we actually brush away plaque. When your body doesn't move, it lays down tissue, and we need to, one guy by the name of Gil Hedley, who was an anatomist, he says, melt the fuzz. So sedentary behaviour is abnormal for a human being, and it's terrible for our health. Hold there. With a lockdown, it's harder to get movement. Don't move for 3, 2, 1. That can add further detriment to our health. So we want to make sure that we stay healthy by getting our morning movement medicine. For example, there's many platforms, but this is one. Give your thumbs a hug. Let's do 10. I know that your wrists and hands are going to touch that computer screen today, so let's just prepare them to make sure that they're going to be okay to take the load of being on a computer screen. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big as circles you can. 9, 10. Up and down. 1, 2, 3. So think of this, actually it's a nice analogy, isn't it? Think of this as brushing your teeth or doing your daily ablutions, you know. We need to move in order to get the same, why would we brush our teeth? To maintain dental hygiene. We move the same, or physical movement does the same. Just a little bit harder at the moment, isn't it, with all the restrictions in place in many countries. 3 more. Let's hit the shoulders and then we'll get a bit more funky. Float your arms out, rotate that right arm down and in, left arm up and out. We'll look to the left, rotate all the way around. 1, 2, 3 of 10, 4. Actually, when I did this for 6 weeks, and my body started to crave the morning movement medicine. It was a great habit for me to get into. I get a lot of movement anyway, but just these types of movements, these health-based joint health movements. Stop there, turn and look to the right, and switch again. Now we're looking to the down hands. Get as much range as you can around your shoulder. Became a great habit for me that my body ended up craving. Movement feels pretty good, and it feels good to feel good. So it's nice to create that habit. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3, and relax those arms. See you, mate. All right, coming up, guys, we're going to do some lunges today. So we're going to start, we'll just do it pretty slow because we'll add a little bit of complexity. So we'll go together. We're going to move the right leg. So I'm going to go sideways for the first one because I want you to watch. See how are you today?
Yeah, thanks.
See how I bring the left heel with me? So when you lunge your right leg forward, you're going to transfer your weight forward onto your right leg. The left heel comes off the ground with you. Ready? So we're going to go forward with the right leg, lunge, reach out in front. We're going to go back with the right leg. Now the right heel is off the ground. I'm going to drop that knee. Let's do 5 of those. So come forward. There, left heel, my feet are parallel, like that. Reach forward, lunge back, drop that right knee. Wow, so that's nice lengthening through the front of that right leg, isn't it? Well, it is for me. And that could be a bit of suggestive selling. Don't tell anyone. Step all the way back, drop the knee, reach up and back. Spot on. There's that law of opposites with the computer posture again. So this is going beyond computer posture actually. But this one, if I spin sideways, watch here, there's a nice C curve up there because my arms are reaching up, or our arms, let's say, the collective, are reaching up and back. I do believe that's 3 of 5. Lunge back, reach up and back. See, I'm wiggling my fingers to indicate that I'm trying to touch the ceiling and reach them back. One more time. Up and back. 3, 2, 1. Gee, that feels good. I like those cats. Bit of inspiration. I'm sure dogs do the same, don't they? I'm a bit more of a dog person than a cat person. I'm sure dogs do something similar. Well, the nature of dogs, they just seem to run around and maybe they chase their tail. That's their morning movement meditation. Or medicine, excuse me. 3, 2, 1. It is a bit of meditation as well. Come forward, reach forward. Come back, drop that left knee, drop it way down so you feel that you've got a lot of length and also a bit of load. 3, 2, 1, 2 more. If I go just here, it's actually quite easy to be honest. But when I lengthen the tissues of the body, or the muscles in this example, or connective tissue, it comes a little bit harder. There. And we want to challenge ourselves a little bit. 3, 2, 1, one more time. Forward, my speed please guys. Controlled lunge back. Reach up and back. Very nice. Come down on all fours please. I'm going to face this way to start with. So let's do our crawl pattern. Stuart McGill calls this exercise the bird dog. He's studied the human spine probably more than any other human on the planet. If he calls it the bird dog, I'm going to call it the bird dog. So, we're going to take our right elbow, and we're going to touch our left knee, like so. And that's encouraging flexion of my spine, but it's a little bit more loaded now. And then I'm going to extend the left leg back and up, and my right hand forward and up. I'm going to hold that, and if you look, I've got my left hand, my right knee, and my right foot. They're my 3 contact points. We're actually going to go from 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2, because we're going to lift that right leg off, which will make it a little bit more wobbly, which means we'll do more reflex corrections, we'll get more muscle activation, we'll burn more calories, we'll get better at balance, and we'll get stronger through, that's our quote unquote, our core. So here we go. Right elbow to left knee. Boom. First one, keep those 3 contact points. Reach the left leg back, lift it up. Reach the right hand 45 degrees forward and lift it up, thumb to the ceiling. Hold there for 12 seconds. 11, 10, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So elbow to knee, touch right in the center. If you can't get that range, then just use your hand, that's fine. Now we're going to set the position. My eyes are fixed on one spot on the ground. Suggest you do the same. And let's lift that right foot. Worry, there goes mine. And fix your spot on the ground. It's a little bit more wobbly, but that's great. And it's okay to struggle. Imagine a child learning to walk or learning to crawl even. They're quite wobbly. So our challenge is to work it out. It's like a movement algorithm or a movement puzzle we're trying to work out. Hold that for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot on the ground, elbow to knee. A little bit quiet here at Joint Dynamics this morning. The physios will roll in and get things going in a minute. Robbo just turned up. Jeff, our exercise physiologist, has an appointment at 9. So there'll be some action going on. Hold that with 2 contact points for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot on the ground, elbow to knee. We'll do 2 more like that and then 1 more with 3 contact points. Float the right leg up. Whee, that's a bit wobbly. 12 seconds. Keep your left elbow straight and actively pushing that left hand into the ground. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot on the ground, elbow to the knee. Set the position first, then float that right foot. If you want to on this last one, close your eyes and see what happens. Whoa, you can see, you can't see if your eyes are closed, you can't see me, but I can tell you that I'm a lot more wobbly. There's a lot more reflex muscle corrections going on due to removing my eyes, which play a big role in helping my body understand where it is in space and make those reactions. Without my eyes, this is a little bit harder. Foot on the ground, eyes open, last one, 3 contact points. Lift your body up high, hold that for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. That was a bit of fun, wasn't it? I'm going to face you, put your right hand on the ground, follow your left thumb through. Then rotate all the way around, following your left thumbnail with your eyes. So we're going eyes and hand in sync. We're going to do 3 of these, rotate all the way around. Get that nice opening or that lots of motion into the thoracic spine. That part that slumps, that affects the way we breathe. So we don't want to have a slumping thoracic spine or poor posture. Look down to your right little finger that's on the ground. So now our eyes and our hands are out of sync. So as your hand reaches through to the right, out of sync means we'll look left. Oh, I got you. And then if our hand reaches up, we look down. While we're loading for a golf swing there, aren't we? Reach through, look left. Reach up, look down. Do 1 more of those. It's actually good because it gives my left wrist a bit of a rest as well. Reach through to the right, look left. And then look down, which is why we do that little bit of wrist, let's call that wrist preparation every morning. Not just because you spend so much time, we spend so much time on a computer, but also we're putting a fair bit of load into our hands during this workout. Follow your thumb to the ceiling. 1 more time, in sync. Eyes follow your right thumbnail. Stop at the top, try to touch the ceiling. Look down to your left little finger. So let's go out of sync. Reach through to your left. Eyes look to your right and switch. Eyes down, hands up. Switch again. 1 more, guys. Reach through to your left, look to your right. Take it all the way to the ceiling. Hold there. I'm going to stay facing you for this one. We're still going to do the 3 contact point, 2 contact point one. Except this time we take our left elbow, or our left hand if you don't have the range. Our left elbow to touch the right knee. There. 3 contact points for this first one. Lift up high off that shoulder. Reach your right leg back and lift it up. Reach your left hand forward 45 degrees. Let's say that's probably 10 o'clock, isn't it? Maybe 10:30. And hold that there, eyes fixed on one spot, just to help you balance. It's going to be a harder balance challenge when we go from 3 contact points to 2 contact points, but for this one and the last one, we bookend it. The first and the last one are as far as balance is concerned, the easiest. 3, 2, 1. Take your elbow or your hand and touch the center of your knee. Come back, fix your eyes on the ground. 2 contact point, guys. Float your left foot. Float your left foot off the ground and hold that for 12 seconds. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot on the ground, 3 contact points. Of course, if you have absolutely no control, you're falling over all over the place, struggle for 2 and then do 3 contact points for 4 cumulative total. So it's all right to fall and hit the ground a little bit, that's fine. We're trying to work it out. But if it's really beyond you at the moment, then just go back to 3 contact points. Maybe tomorrow, quote unquote tomorrow, you'll be able to do 2 contact points. Foot on the ground, elbow to knee. 2 more with 2 contact points. Set the position first. Float that left foot. Hold that. 9, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 3 contact points for the touch. Boom. Set the position. My eyes are going to fix the spot. Then I just lift that left foot, or we lift that left foot if you're with me. Hold that we. All right, this is the 1, 2. Oh, hang on, is this 3 or 4? Gee whiz, I've been talking. I'm going to say this is 3. We'll do an extra if I got that wrong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot on the ground. This last one, we're going to try closing our eyes, even if you've got 3 contact points. Float the foot, close your eyes. Holy cow. That makes this exercise a little bit harder, but also brings good awareness to where I place weight into my hands, the muscles of my spine. Hold for 5, 3, 2, 1. Last one, open your eyes. 3 contact points, hang out and hold. 12, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Jeez, I wouldn't mind a rest. Let's rock back into child's pose, team. So get back as far as you can. All your weight back and just hang out there. Try to push breath down into your lower back in this position. Oh, that feels nice. Now come all the way forward. Passive extension of the spine and hips. Good morning. So relax your hips and lower back, but actively bring your shoulders down. Hang out there. 3, 2, 1. We're going to take our hips back again. We're actually going to push them back to the right. So we're sort of going for 5 o'clock on the clock. So we want to get more length in the back of the right hip and this part of the spine. And look under your right arm. Now come forwards, but go towards your left side. Shoulders down, look over your right shoulder there. So if I face you, you'll see I've moved my hips to the left and then I've looked up over my right shoulder. That's a really nice stretch for my neck anyway. Let's do the opposite. So let's go back to the left. So let's try to go to 7 o'clock with our hips and look under your left arm. Hey, that feels great to me. I really like that one. Come forward towards your right hand, favour the right side. Look up and over your left shoulder. Last one, let's go down the middle, but take your knees a little bit wider. If you've got the range at the hips and the knees, it'd be awesome to try to get our ribs to fall between our knees. And we're going to come up on like a crane or a tripod maybe. We're on our fingertips. Hips back, Slowly slide your hips, ribs, hips side to side to try to get more motion of the hip. 3, 2, 1. Spread your hands again to take load. Last one, come all the way forward. Relax your hips and lower back. Now put all your weight on your right hand. Look up and over your left shoulder. Do the opposite. All your weight on your left hand. Look up and over your right shoulder. Let's do that again. Keep your shoulders really low, away from your ears. 3, 2, 1. Last one, guys. Slowly slide to your left. Look up and over your right shoulder. All right, come on up. Let's do some more lunges. This time, we went forwards and backwards. So now we're going to combine forwards and backwards, and then we're going to go side to side. So we'll start slow. So we'll call this another layer, a little progression. So we're going to step forward, the same, or lunge forward, I should say. Reach forward. Remember here we lunged back, the back heel off the ground. Feet are parallel. We reached up and back. I wiggled my fingers to indicate that I'm trying to touch the ceiling. That's the goal of me wiggling my fingers, to give you that awareness. From this position, keep your feet parallel. Lunge directly to the right. Left leg straight. Sit back. My nose should be just above my big toe, or just inside my big toe. Reach forward. Now take your right foot in front. Step over. Check that out. Boom. And reach that left hand up and over there. Hang out there. 3, 2, 1. Let's do that again. Forward. Reach forward. Lunge back. Wiggle your fingertips like we're trying to touch the ceiling. And reach back. 3, 2, 1. Go to your right. Feet are still parallel. Look down. Feet are parallel. Push your hips back. Straighten the left leg. I get a little bit of stretch on the inside of my left leg, which is really nice. Now I'm going to go for the outside of the left leg and hip. Step in front. So not there, but there. Step in front. Reach that left hand up and over, and you can see there's like a nice bow here. If this was a bow and arrow, there's the bow, and the string would go from my hand to my left foot. Bing, like that. Let's do it again. Forward, reach forward. This will be our third of 5. Drop your right knee, reach up and back. Parallel. Sit back, straighten your left leg. Step over in front. Make the bow. Tell you what, if you had a string from my left hand to my left leg, can you imagine how good of an arrow, bow and arrow we'd have? 3, 2, 1. That's 3, 2 to go. Lunge forward, reach forward. Lunge back, drop your right knee, reach up and back. Directly to the side. If you stop here, look down, your feet are parallel. Sit back. Step in front, feet are still parallel. My hands are a representation of what our feet are doing. Push your hip forward here. In that last one, we pushed it back. This one, we pushed it forward. Make the bow. My fingertips, whenever I wiggle my fingers, that means I'm really trying to reach with that hand. 1 to go. Forward, reach forward. Back. Reach up and back, to the side, boom. Here comes the bow and arrow. Hang out there, 3. That's so nice, especially for my left hip and that into the side of my trunk there. Let's go the other side. Left leg, lunge forward. Lunge back, drop the left knee, wiggle the fingers like we're trying to touch the ceiling just behind us. Feet are parallel, sit your hips back in this position. Then step over in front. Reach the right hand this time, check out the bow from my right foot all the way around my trunk. My right hand wiggling those fingers again, which means I'm reaching. There's the string, there's the bow. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Hello, mate. Sorry.
You're all right, no worries. Part of the fun, isn't it? We're a bit of a community. Step back. Reach up and back. Go directly to your left. Feet are parallel. Look down. Hips push back in this one. My hips are really pushing back. My feet are parallel. My right leg straight. I actually feel a little bit of stretch on the inside of my right leg. I'm loading. I feel like I'm getting some strength in this left side, especially if we stay here for a bit longer. Step over in front. Make the bow. There it is. Push the hip forward in this position. Lunge forward, reach forward. Bit of a broken record at the moment, aren't I? But just to make it clear to you guys, I hope you got it, because this is a beautiful sequence of movements, in my eyes. I'm having a great time. Sit back. Now lunge, bring that left foot in front, really actively push it forward. Actually, you can try to squeeze that right glute if you want, but lengthen the spine. Reach over, there's the bow, one to go. Lunge forward, reach forward. Drop your left knee. Hang out there for 3 seconds, reaching up and back. Directly lunge to the side, feet are parallel. Don't let them toe out. Morning, Nelson. Step in front, reach up and over, 3, 2, 1. Let's get back on our bums again. Let's do something a little bit more difficult. So, I'm going to spin sideways for the first one, there. Notice my right leg, I'm going to pull it back, and when I pull my toes back, I structure the foot. So I sort of create like a blade. We're going to load onto that, like this. So, what I want you to do, bring your left foot beside your right knee. And your right hand, spread the fingers to take load. And all we're going to do is we're going to lift off that left leg. And watch my foot. We're going to roll onto the outside of the right foot. And we're sort of in like a side plank position there. My hips pushing forward. Going to reach our hands up. But my left toes are on the ground just to support us a little bit. Lower back down. Spin the right foot to face, the toes face the ceiling. 1. Hands. Good position there. First thing to do is really activate that left hip to lift your hip up. Roll onto the outside of that right foot with your toes pulling back. Hang out there for 5 seconds. Call this our side plank. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back onto the heel. 2. 7 is a great number, isn't it? Let's do 7. Hips up. Roll onto the outside of the foot. Hang out. 3, 2, 1, come all the way back. Nice work. Super control. Don't fall. Control gravity or control your mass. Your body. How about that? Mass. Control your mass. Control your body. Hold that. Hips forward. Side plank position. 5, 4, 3. There's some indiscrepancies there. Last one was 3. This one was 5. Roll back onto the heel. Control through that shoulder. 3 more times. First, push off that left leg to lift your hip as high as you can. There. Like we're doing a Turkish Get Up, if you know what that is. Great exercise that. It's like we're initiating the Turkish Get Up. 3, 2, 1, roll back down. I reckon we should do 2 more. Pull your toes back. Lift off that left leg as high as you can. Roll onto the outside of the right foot. Here's our side plank. 3, 2, 1. 1 to go, team. Roll all the way back down, but slowly. Last one. I'm going to try to lift my left hip as high as I can. There. Then we roll onto the outside of the right foot. There's that blade we spoke about. Hang out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax all the way back down. Nice work. I'm going to spin 180. You don't have to do that. Spread my left hand. My fingers are facing back that way. Now it's my right foot near my left knee. About that far apart though. Pull the toes back on your left foot. Lift the hip. Roll. Fingertips to the ceiling. Hold that. 5, 4. I wonder if the next one's going to be 3. 3, 2, 1. Relax all the way back down. I'm just going to shimmy this way so I don't cut my head off. Not that it matters. Pull your toes back. Lift your hips first. I'm pushing through the right foot. As I roll, my right heel comes off the ground and I'm actively pushing my hips forward towards you guys. I'm going to hang out there. 5 it is. Of 7. We're doing 7 reps. 5 or 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your hips back to the ground. Set. Toes pull back. Lift your hips up. Roll. Hang out. I'm looking down at my hand. It's nice and stable. It's our third one. 2, 1. Slowly keep your shoulders strong. Lower down. So we get that controlled loading and a bit of a rotation. Imagine our body rolling over that shoulder joint. Hips up. Nice. Now we roll the hips to be vertical on the outside of the left foot. Sort of a side plank, isn't it? Hips forward. It's our 4th rep of 7. 3, 2, 1. Controlled lowering. 3, 2, 1. Turkish Get Up, sort of. Well, the initiation, that's our Turkish Get Up there. Stage 1 of the Turkish Get Up. So now we roll onto our side, hang out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back down. Relax the hips to the ground for a second. Right foot's going to push through the floor. Boom, up goes the hip. Roll. Reach vertical there, hanging out side plank. I'm actually starting to feel a bit of fatigue on that left side of my core, is what we call it in my industry sometimes. 3, 2, 1, relax all the way back down. And my shoulder as well, this is awesome. Hips all the way up, pull your toes back so you've got a good structure of the foot to get your weight onto on the outside. Hang out. 5 seconds, hey? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We relax all the way back down. Face me, we can do the windscreen wiper, then we've got one more set of lunges. Feet on the ground, roll your knees all the way to the left, hang out there. 3, 2, 1. Roll your knees all the way to the right, the inside of your left knee on the ground. Hit it again. Hit it again. One more each way. And then we've got the final set of lunges where we add the final progression. So far we've gone forwards and backwards, side to side. Now we're going to rotate out into sumo, then we're going to rotate in. We'll do 5 rounds of that. In total that's 30 lunges. It's pretty cool. Feet are parallel for the first 2. Then we externally rotate at the hip. Then we internally rotate at the hip. Then we go back again. So you ready? Lunge forward. Left heel's off the ground. Transfer of your weight comes forward on that right leg. We reach forward, sort of just out in front of the knees. This one, drop the right knee, wiggle the fingertips like we're trying to touch the ceiling. Directly to the side, feet are still strictly parallel. This one, we push our hips back, reach out in front of the knees. Step in front, create the bow, but we actively, especially that left hip, I'm trying to push it forward into extension. There's the bow. Now we go out, my hands represent our feet. Sumo, so wide, external rotation of the hips, knees out above the feet, and just hang out here, drop down. 3, 2, 1. Now from this position, bring that right foot forward and around. That's internal rotation of the hip. Sit and reach. Nice. Forward, reach forward. Back, drop the right knee, reach up and back. Ready to lunge to your side. Feet are parallel, sit back, reach forward. Lunge the other way, across to the left. Push your left hip forward. Create the bow. Actively though, lengthen your spine. Don't let it just collapse on this right side. Rotate out. Sumo position. Drop the hips, push the knees away from your center line. Hang out here for 3, 2, 1. Rotate in. Drop down. Step forward, reach forward. It's our 3rd round. Drop the knee, hang out. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Go to the side, sit your hips back, feet are parallel. Got it? Just check my feet to make sure. Step in front, feet are still parallel. Reach over. Let's go sumo. Feet out, knees out. Drop as low as you can. Shoulders back for 3, 2, 1. Forward and in. Drop into an internal rotation of the hip squat. Plenty of variability for the hips today, which is lovely. All the way back. Hang out. 3, 2, 1. Lunge directly to the side. Sit your hips back. Step in front. Hello, there it is again. So nice to be back in this position. Let's get out into sumo. Your knees should be above your feet. Don't let them come inside like that. Keep them out for this one. Not saying that we can't do that sometimes, but not this time. Hang out there, knees pushing out for 3, 2, 1. Rotate in. Come on in. There. I don't know if you guys, Michael Jordan with his tongue out, getting ready for a jump shot, he'd come into this position, wouldn't he? Because he's loading the back of the hips. They're lengthened out like elastic bands to shoot us or sling our body, load our body or load the hips to create more power so we can jump. Last one. Drop the knee, reach up and back. Right, lunge to the side, feet are parallel. Push your hips back. Do the opposite. We lunge right, now we lunge left. We pushed our hips back, now let's push our hips forward. Oh, there it is again. That's actually really nice because we just did that side plank. So it's sort of helping release that stress of that last exercise. Go out, sumo. Knees push out, drop down, hang out. This is 5, isn't it? Let's hang out here for 10 seconds. Shoulders back. Actively take your arms and push them into your knees, which really sort of stiffens the spine. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Come on in, guys. Michael Jordan. What a great show that documentary was. Come on out, whatever it was called. It was great though. All right, left leg's turn. Forwards, backwards, side, side, rotate out, rotate in. Ready, lunge your left leg forward. Reach forward. We got you, WHO. 30 minutes a day. 150 minutes a week for an adult. We got you. Kids need more though. Double what the kids, double us. Our kids, according to WHO, it's 1 hour. And to be honest, that's a bit conservative for our kids, isn't it? Step forward and in front, push your hips forward. 3, 2, 1, rotate out. Knees out. We actually have a youth training program here. Dominic, one of our trainers, has done a lot of work with teams and he's put together our youth performance program. That's 1, toe in. Come forward, reach forward. Step back, drop that knee, reach up and back. Ready, lunge to the side, feet are parallel. Push your hips back. There's that nice stretch on the inside of the right leg. Here comes that nice stretch on the outside of the right hip and into the trunk there. Thank you for that Turkish Get Up movement, the side plank, but that stress is gone because I'm nice stretching that out now. Rotate out into sumo. Knees push out, drop down. Rotate in. Michael Jordan, how are you, mate? Forward, reach forward. Step back, reach up and back. 3, 2, 1, lunge directly to the side, sit back, feet are parallel. Step in front, feet are still parallel, but our hips push forward. Reach, there's that wiggle of the fingers again. That means reach that way. Out into sumo, knees out, drop down. Rotate in, get a basketball, drop your tongue. He literally had his tongue out sometimes, didn't he? Come forward, Michael Jordan I'm talking about. Hope that's cool to say that about you, Mike. Great bloke, what a basketball. 3, what an athlete, jeez. Off to the left. It's our last one, so we're going to do the long hold in that sumo squat. Hips forward, reach forward. Oh, excuse me, reach over and with the wiggling fingers that way. Righto, sumo. Knees out, drop down to your end range. For me, that's about there, the same height as my knees. Take the forearms, the back of the forearms, push them out into the knees, which extends the spine. 10 seconds, hang out. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, all day. 4, 3, 2, 1, come all the way around, toe in, hang out there. Woo, nice work. Take your feet parallel. This time we're going to keep our left heel on the ground. Step forward, push your right knee forward. I'm going to step sideways, excuse me. See my left foot, it's on the ground. There, and it's parallel with my right. I want some length, a stretch in the front here. Then take your hands, rotate to your right. And you can even look to your right. So if you want to face me so you can see what I'm doing. 1, switch, my right foot and my left foot are both parallel. Left foot steps forward, right heel stays on the ground. Left knee pushes forward. I just got a stretch in the front of my right hip, which is what I was chasing. And then I'm going to rotate around to the left. Hang out there for 3, 2, 1. One more time, guys. We're going to do the windscreen wiper. And we're going to go to the beach, have a bit of a breathing practice. So feet wide, get that inside of the right knee on the ground. So now this is sort of passive. The load's on our seat bones, not on our legs. So we can get that nice internal and external rotation of the hip, but without load. So it's sort of passively taking that joint through there, but we still get the blood flow motion around there. all the way over, and actually influences what's happening at the spine as well. If you feel your lower back, which will then, that rotation will sort of emanate or graduate into the thoracic spine, but the further up you go, the less rotation in the spinal segments you'll get. 2 more, which means 1 more this way, inside of the right knee on the ground, inside the left knee on the ground. Let's do a breathing practice to practice relaxation. That's a skill as well. I'm going to sit, I call this the Japanese tea ceremony position there. If you've got a cushion, actually, you can put a cushion here, that sometimes helps. If this position doesn't feel nice, you can sit cross-legged, grab a cushion off the couch if that's where you are. Grab a cushion off the couch, try to get your hips higher than your knees if you're sitting in that cross-legged position. Or if you want to lay down, knock yourself out. If you have a quick sleep, that's fine as well. All right, so sit vertical here, lengthen your spine please. And we're just going to hang out and breathe only through your nose. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to breathe out for 6. Silently through the nose, breathing in to the belly, breathing out, the belly collapses. 3 seconds, breathe out. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Eyes closed. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out silently for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure your forehead's relaxed. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out silently for 6. In for 4. Out for 6. Stay with your breath, just disregard the noise and stay with your own breath. Breathe out for 6. 2 more rounds, guys. Breathe in for 4, silent. Breathe out for 6, silently. 2 more. I really got it on that last one. That was nice. Hey, thanks for joining me again today, guys. See you tomorrow, 8:38 a.m. Hong Kong time, that is, here at Joint Dynamics. Have a great day. Do try to get some non-exercise movement. Let's call that walking. Walking's not exercise, that's living, isn't it? So do try to get some walking. Don't forget, WHO said at least 30 minutes a day as an adult. Kids, double that. They should get a lot more than that. So see you tomorrow, hopefully for our fix of morning movement medicine. See you tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.
Look at this guy.